It is time now for the Pay Channel 5 o'clock news for this Tuesday evening, February 3rd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here on your 5 o'clock news headlines there, and our top story at 5 o'clock here is in a news show of brutality for a group already known for displays of violence. The Islamic State released a video on Tuesday perpetrating to show the execution of a captive Jordanian pilot by burning him alive. Speaking of that, John Boehner, Republican Ohio, posted at a news conference before it announced that the House plans to vote today to repeal the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act followed by a GOP strategy session at the Republican National Committee. The Argentinian prosecutor investigating the death of her colleague Alberto Nisman had prepared a warrant for the arrest of President Cristina Fernandez. In Washington, 3 potential GOP presidential candidates broke ranks with rivals Chris Christie and Rand Paul, strongly asserting Tuesday that parents should vaccinate their children against measles and other infectious diseases. Disgraced cyclist Lance Armstrong hit 2 parked cars up for a night of partying and Aspen, but agreed to let his longtime girlfriend take the blame and avoid national attention, police reports show. The January Bulls of Wall Street have given away to green aerosol gains in February for a second straight session as Wall Street reacts to affirming oil prices, affirming less gloomy news related to Greece and another global central bank cutting interest rates. 3 French soldiers were attacked Tuesday by a knife-wielding assailant outside a Jewish community center in the southern French city of Nice. In Havana, Cuba has published the first photos of Fidel Castro more than 5 months, showing the 88-year-old former leader engaged in what appears to be a lively conversation with a university student. Canadian police announced details about an Islamic State recruiting cell in Ottawa on Tuesday, saying they arrested 1 man and charged 2 men who are overseas, 1 who may be dead. Greek plans to swap government debt for bonds, which interest payments linked to economic growth got a skeptical reception from Eurozone officials on Tuesday as new Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras cut to support for proposals in Europe. Mr. Baird made an announcement in the House of Commons on Tuesday morning. He said that he informed Prime Minister Stephen Harper Monday evening that he was leaving cabinet and would not stand for re-election of a member of the Parliament later this year. In Washington, U.S. Senate Democratic were poised to Tuesday to torpedo Republicans' plans to block President Obama's immigration action for a Department of Homeland Security funding bill setting up a month's end a showdown that could. In Cleveland, a federal warrant has been issued for a suspect in the abduction of killings of an elderly Ohio couple was believed to have been committed armed robberies in 3 states over the weekend. Washington, more than 6 years after the financial crisis struck credit rating giant Standard & Poor's will be paying a hefty $1.38 billion penalty for its role in fueling the subprime mortgage meltdown. The fast casual food out of 192 restaurants last year, and it's got a cash cow from a business perspective with over $4 billion in revenue. The carrier said that the network is beefed up ahead of it. Its holidays were underutilized, and it will be adjusted its pricing strategy in the coming years to make sure its compensation is in line with the value it provides. This week, Bloomberg Business Week reported that Google may be moving into a ride-hailing game with a potential Uber competitor set to take advantage of the company's fleet of driverless vehicles. Does that mean that no 1-star ratings for unruly passengers? Pulitzer Prize winner and To Kill a Mockingbird author Harper Lee set to release second novel 55 years later. Felicity Jones has been tapped to take the leading role in the Star Wars standalone film as an Oscar-nominated actress. Now talks to the project, according to Hollywood Reporter. It's official. Ashton Kutcher is an awesome dad. The 2.5 Men star took over baby duties last night while Wyatt Isabel's mom, Mila Kunis, was walking her first red carpet since giving birth to her daughter 4 months ago. And Suge Knight was rushed to a hospital Tuesday morning after pleading not guilty to murder and attempted murder. Searches towards the Daily News. In the muddy sediments beneath the Dead Sea, scientists have found ancient communities of microbes that remained virtually unchanged for 2.3 billion years. Without grabbing headlines, a planned trip to Jupiter's 4th largest moon as scientists and space fanatics alike clamoring with excitement. Even with a $500 million boost compared to last year's total, NASA is only being provided with a potential 0.46% for the federal budget. The rash of measles cases across the country has widely affected some states more than others, and not surprisingly, the rules for the vaccine vary widely from coast to coast. In Canterbury, England, members of Parliament voted Tuesday to allow the creation of human embryos from the DNA of 3 people to try to eradicate a type of genetic disease that has caused the deaths of dozens of babies. In Albany, New York, bottles of Walmart brand Echinacea, a herb-said ward-off clothes were found to contain Echinacea et al. And GNC brand bottles of St. John's wort sorted as cure depression and rice, garlic, and a tropical plant. New study shows a clear link between the increased use of electronic devices during the day and less sleep at night, but what's causing it? Peter Chill News on 505, time and a half for a stock market report, Dow 17,666.40, down up 305.36, SP 520.50.03, up 29.18, and Nasdaq 4727.74, up 51.05. Here, European markets, DAX 1090.95, up 62.94, FTSE 6871.80, up 89.25, and CAC 4637.90, up 50.23. In the Asian markets, Nikkei 17335.85, down 222.19, Shanghai 3205.54, up 77.25, HSI 24554.78, up 70.04. Oil markets 51.62, up $2.05, Brent 57 up 2.25, and natural gas 2.762, up 82,000 point. Gold markets 1260.70, down 16.20 cents. Silver 17.30, up 49,000 point, and copper 2.58%, up 9 cents. Bond markets, US 10-year yield 1.7983%, up 125,000 point. German 10-year yield 0.351%, up 4,000 point. And Japanese 10-year yield 0.365%, up 1,000 point. European US dollar 1.1476, down 3,000 point, and US dollar Japanese yen 117.57, up 200 point, and Great Britain US dollar 1.5159, down 7,000 points. Take a look at New England Insulators here at 507 here. And now look at the commodities here. Agriculture futures for wheat 513.75, up 21. Soybean 987, up 27.5. Corn 385 3/4, up 16. Sugar 14.47, up a quarter. Coffee 116 3/4, down $1.70. Cotton 61.45, up 1.56. Rough grass 10.385, up 800 point, and cut gold 26.91, up 19. Livestock futures live cattle 150.225, up 625,000 point, and lean hogs $70.30, down 625,000 point, and FD cattle 199.20, down $1.50. Okay, take a look at Insulators here in Chenango, New York at 1362 Route 173. A motor vehicle accident with injuries. Motor vehicle accident rollover on 495 at Woburn Street, Exeter, Lowell. As state police reports a rollover the accident. Companies responding in Lowell, Massachusetts, Warren Street, at Church Street, and motor vehicle accident. Injury reported and companies responding here. Snow removal operations resulted in a traffic gridlock in Boston on Tuesday afternoon, according to the police, and an MTA had major service disruption Tuesday morning as a result of snow and extreme cold here. And tonight, the Boston Celtics will be down in Madison Square Garden in New York City for a date with the New York Knickerbockers. Game time 7:30 p.m. down at MSG here. Peter Chill News on 509. Time and a half for a travel report here, and let's start you off in downtown Boston here, where it is gridlocked here due to the aftermath of the snow here. Yesterday, as Tip O'Neill Tunnel on both ends backed up here from both ends from the Zakin Bridge down to the Mass Pike. Mass Pike, not very much better. Westbound side slow from the Pike, from Southeast Expressway down through Boston University. Mass Pike in eastbound side, it's backed up from Austin Brighton tolls all the way down through the Logan Airport, and Mass Pike westbound side slow from South Boston all the way down for Boston University Bridge. And take a look at Mass Pike, also sold from westbound from Brenton all the way down from Newton here. Southeast Expressway and southbound side is backed up from the Mass Avenue Bridge line to 203, and then you hit the brakes again on the southbound side of the Southeast Expressway as you push from Furnace Brook to the Braintree Split. 93 on the southbound side is backed up from Somerville down for the Zakin Bridge. 93 on the northbound side, backed up from the Zakin Bridge all the way down for Somerville. Okay, Route 128 on the northbound side is backed up from the Split all the way down for Route 24 Randolph. Route 120 on the southbound side is backed up from 135 in Needham all the way down for Route 109 here. Route 128 on the southbound side is backed up from Wolseley Hills down for Route 9 here. And 128 southbound is backed up from Waltham all the way down for the Mass Pike here. 128 on the southbound side is backed up from Burlington on Route 3 down to Route 3 in Burlington here, and 128 northbound is backed up from 225 Lexington all the way out to Burlington on Route 3 here. And it's all the way out to Reading here. 120 on the southbound side is backed up down for Denver's and Peabody stretches here. Route 3 in the northbound side is backed up from Route 62 in Bedford all the way out to Chelmsford here. 93 a little slow from 62 in Wilmington all the way out to Route 133 in Andover. And 95 more on fine from 120 to New Hampshire border here. 495 on the northbound side slowed down for Lawrence. 495 southbound is backed up from 93 in Andover all the way up to Route 3 in Chelmsford here. Everett Turnpike a little slow around Route 3 in Merrimack here. Okay, take a look at Worcester area outlook here. 290 on the southbound side, slow from 190 down for downtown Worcester here. 146 southbound side, slowed down for Middlebury here. Okay, 95 on the northbound side is slow from Sharon all the way out to Norwood. 95 southbound, slow from 120 and then Kenton all the way down from Route 27 in Sharon here. Route 24 a little slow from 495 and 104 in Bridgewater all the way down from Route 140 in Taunton here. 95 on the southbound side is backed up from Pawtucket Rhode Island all the way down to downtown Providence and stretched all the way out to East Greenwich here. 95 on the northbound side, slow around downtown Providence. 195 westbound side is backed up from Route 44 all the way out to downtown Providence around 95. 146 southbound slow down for North Smithfield here. 295 more fine from West Warwick down for Attleboro here. And Jamestown to Newport Bridge is a more fine here. 140 on the southbound side is backed up from 195 down for Route 6 in Bedford here. And Route 6 in the westbound side slow from Route 3 down for the road in Sagamore here. Take a look at the MBTA delays, and I heard there are a lot of delays on the transit system on the MBTA here. And Blue Line, all subway services are experiencing severe delays, and please allow additional travel time and use caution on crowded platforms here. And Green Line, all subway services are experiencing severe delays, and please allow additional travel time and use caution on crowded platforms. And Orange Line, all subway service experiencing severe delays, and allow additional travel time and use caution on crowded platforms here. And Red Line customers are encouraged to continue to utilize an Old Colony Lane commuter rail service between South Station and Braintree during the evening rush hour, and all subway services are experiencing severe delays, and please allow additional travel time and use caution on crowded platforms. And Mattapan Trolley, as all subway services are experiencing severe delays, and please allow additional travel time and use caution on crowded platforms. And bus are replacing Mattapan Trolley service between Ashmont and Mattapan stations on Monday, February 2nd and Tuesday, February 3rd all day due to severe weather here. And Civil Line, SL2 snow route effect on Almaden 8, Black Falcon Pier, and Connect at Norman Avenue, and all bus routes are experiencing minor delays due to weather here. And commuter line, a lot of delays on all the commuter line trains. So if you're on the commuter rail train on the way home from Boston anywhere, expect some delays as possible here, and use a lot of travel time if possible, and take your time and be safe and make sure you get home safe and soundly. Peter Cello News Time 514 here. Time now for a weather reporter on this. Tuesday evening here, our current conditions here in North Massachusetts, 22 degrees, that temperature where first skies, humidity 38%. Wind speed was about 9 miles per hour, barometer 30.23 inches, dew about 0 degrees, and physically up 10 miles and wind chill about 12 degrees. Take a look at our current conditions around the region here, 21 degrees, that's temperature right now in Boston and Bedford and Beverly and Gloucester, 22 in Haverhill and in Pittsburgh, 23 in Worcester, 20 in Sturbridge, 21 in Webster, 22 in Milford, 22 in Norwood, 24 in Taunton, 23 in New Bedford, it's 25 in Plymouth, 23 in Falmouth and Chatham and Provincetown and Martha's Vineyard, 24 in Nantucket, 23 in Block Island and Providence, 22 in West Lloyd, 19 in Smithfield, it's 25 out in New York City, 25 in Islip, 24 in Montauk, it's 24 in Lonside and Bridgeport and New Haven, it's 23 in Denbury, 21 in Waterbury, 23 in Middletown and Meriden, 24 in Hartford and Winslow, Connecticut, and Springfield and Amherst, Massachusetts, 26 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 20 and a half fall. And in Northampton, it's 59 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 17 in Albany, New York, it's 21 in Saratoga Springs, 18 in Bennington, 15 in Bramber, Vermont, it's 16 in Rutland, Vermont, it's 19 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 21 in Keene, New Hampshire, 18 in Chapel, New Hampshire, and in Local New Hampshire, it's 21 in Concord, New Hampshire, 22 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 23 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 26 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 20 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Here. Take a look at our surface map. Here it shows warm stationary front from British Columbia stretching down for Alberta, Merchant with a stationary front down for western Montana, and a cold front down for Montana and down for Wyoming, and a warm front from Nebraska down for Iowa, and a front from eastern Colorado down for New Mexico here, and a cold front from Wisconsin stretching over Michigan, and a warm front down for eastern Ontario and down for western Quebec here. Get a front from eastern portions of Colorado down for eastern New Mexico here, and a station front of low pressure off the California coastline here, and cold front from Gulf of Mexico stretching down for 740 net to sea. High pressure western North Carolina and Four Corner region and western Nevada, and we got low pressure in eastern Ontario and down for west central portions of Saskatchewan here, and northeastern portions of Colorado here. It is 23 degrees out in Detroit, 25 in Pittsburgh, 37 in Washington, D.C., 48 in Atlanta and Georgia, 76 in Miami, Florida, 52 in Brownsville, Texas, 51 in Dallas, Texas, 42 in Kansas City, 30 in Omaha, Nebraska, 24 in Chicago, Illinois. It is 59 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 12 in Great Falls, Montana, 49 out in Seattle, 69 in San Francisco, Los Angeles, it's 65 in Las Vegas, it's 56 in Seattle, 52 out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 60 in Denver, Colorado, and 73 out in Phoenix, Arizona here. Okay, take a look at our radar situation here. Show some snow showers on the west central portions of Newfoundland and east central portions of Newfoundland. Some rain showers off the eastern coast of Newfoundland there. Some snow showers in the north central and the northeastern portions of New York State, south of northwest of Vermont, and south of Montreal and Quebec here. Snow showers in the northeastern portions of Ontario here. Snow showers in the southwestern portions of Ontario, north central portions of Ontario, some snow showers north of Detroit and east central Michigan, and a line of snow showers from western portions of Michigan down for northwestern Indiana, down for northern Chicago, down for Wisconsin around Minneapolis, St. Paul here, and sleet around southeastern portion of Iowa, some rain showers in west central portions of Illinois, down for northeastern portions of Missouri here. So, Chicago, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis, St. Paul. Expect a little snowy commute this evening here, and down in the Gulf States, seeing some lighter rain showers down for the Gulf States, down for southeastern Texas, down for northeastern portions of Mexico here. Snow showers in the central portions of North Dakota, down for west central portions of South Dakota. Rain showers in southwestern portions of South Dakota. Rain, sleet, and snow showers around portions of Wyoming, down for Montana, around some snow showers around Montana. Snow and sleet around east central portions of Idaho down for western portions of Montana. Rain showers in southern Idaho down for northern Utah, and some snow and sleet around east central portions of Idaho. Some rain, sleet, and snow showers around southeastern portions of Washington State down for northeastern portions of Oregon. Rain showers in southern portions of Oregon down for west central portions of Oregon. Rain showers in western Washington with some sleet and snow around the Olympic Mountains of Washington State. Some snow showers in southeast central portions of British coming down for southwestern portions of Alberta here. And take a look at Chicago. Here on the radar scene, it is light to moderate snow around the Chicago area here. And zoom you up to Milwaukee. Snow in Milwaukee here. And zoom you up to the Twin Cities where some snow and sleet around the vicinity of the Twin Cities here, Minneapolis and St. Paul here. And I believe that could be our snow system for Thursday here. As take a look at our satellite loop, shows some clouds coming in much of the Great Lakes, down for western New York, down for western Pennsylvania, and clouds coming in much of Maine. Coastline here. And Atlantic clouds coming to much of the southeastern states, surrounding Gulf states, coming to much of Texas here. And Atlantic clouds from Northern California, Nevada, and now to Utah, Western Colorado, and coming to much of the Northern Rockies down Pacific Northwest, down for British Columbia, down for Alberta, Saskatchewan, up in Manitoba, coming to much of the Dakotas, down by Minnesota, down for Iowa, down for Missouri, down for southern Kansas, down for northern Oklahoma, down for west central portions of Texas here. Okay, taking a look at our forecast discussion around region here. Snow expected to spread eastward across the northern Rockies into the northern plains and the Great Lakes beyond the Arctic cold front here. Rain area times is expected along the Gulf Coast. Over the next few days, a new surge of Arctic air from Canada expected to spread into much of the eastern two-thirds of the country as the Arctic cold front advances to the south and east. A batch of moisture arriving from the Pacific Northwest will provide the cold air result in snow and to spread quickly eastward throughout the North Rockies tonight and Wednesday as the Arctic air beyond the front will drop temperatures well below normal in the northern and central plains on Wednesday, followed by the northeast on Thursday as a band of snow is expected to develop beyond the Arctic front. The quick motion of the front should limit the accumulation amounts as by late on Thursday, upper level low energies are forecast to converge off the New England coastline where the low pressure system is forecast to rapidly deepen. It appears that some snow could clip New England coastline before the storm moves away into the Canadian Maritimes here. Over the Gulf of Mexico, low pressure center that formed along the old frontal boundary is forecast to spread rain from the west to east around the Gulf Coast by Thursday as rain can be heavy at times Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night from the central Gulf Coast eastward to the frontal Florida Panhandle before a cold front pushes the rain forward south right the rest of the Florida on Thursday. Meanwhile, much of the west will remain unseasonably mild with no precipitation in sight throughout the Thursday over the desert southwest into the Great Basin and the return of mild temperatures will be most dramatic in the northern Rockies where Arctic air retreats eastwards into the plains and the temperatures jump back up to more than 20 degrees above normal here. Okay, take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. Dry but frigid weather today and tonight is followed by a period of light snow flurries as a weak clipper low sweeps across the area on Wednesday and the associated cold front offshore Thursday is low. Pressure forms along the front and passes offshore of southern New England, bringing snow to the region as Arctic cold moves across New England for the end of the week and another cold front moves back Saturday, followed by yet another risk of snow Sunday, Monday as low pressure tracks south of New England here. And near term until 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, a ridge of high pressure will crest across the region this evening, and this will allow the mainly dry weather and mostly clear skies to continue throughout the early overnight hours. Given that clear and fresh snowpack agree with the previous forecast shift that minimum temperatures likely to still be quite chilly tonight with several places falling back into the single digits, and this despite a gradual increase in clouds and modest return flow by early morning. Not expected a cold wind chills however as flow will be much lighter. Regarding light snow potential, standards are fairly dry, but do notice that at least a moderate lift with a Bradley, Connecticut, Worcester line by 12Z such that a few light snow showers can't be ruled out, but it's likely that accumulation will be light to nothing by 12Z. As we're going to take a look at our weather notes, it's snowing 7 days in Boston. 7-day total snowfall, 40.5 inches from January 27th to February 2nd as previous record. 31.2 inches ending January 8th, 1996. And we're going to see tonight's lows a little much better than last night, but still borderline cold. As we're going to experience temperatures tonight, 20 for Boston, 21 for Hartford, 23 for New York, 16 in Worcester, 18 in Concord, New Hampshire, 17 in Portland, Maine, 12 above in Rutland, Vermont, and 19 in Albany, New York here. So we have temperatures in the 20s and low 20s for much of eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Connecticut, southern New York City and vicinity here. While see temperatures in the teens from Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, central western Massachusetts up into northwestern Massachusetts and upstate New York here. And I'm expecting tomorrow's highs in eastern Massachusetts, 34 to 40 degrees here. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 8 degrees. Southwest wind about 5 miles per coming commonly evening. For Wednesday, a slight chance of snow showers between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. and clouds skies around 37 degrees. Southwest wind about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation of 20%. Wednesday, a chance of snow showers mainly after 3 a.m. Cloud skies with a low around 27 degrees. Southwest wind about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. Little no circulation expected. For Thursday, snow likely mainly after 7 a.m. Cloud skies around 28 degrees. Slight west wind becoming northwest about 9 to 14 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust high as 24 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 60%. New snow accumulation of 2 to 4 inches possible. First that, snow likely mainly before midnight. Most of the clouds around 40 degrees. Below zero. Northwest wind about 11 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 6%. Friday, most sustained cloud skies with a high around 17, low about 8 degrees. For Saturday, chance of snow showers, most of the clouds have about 31, low about 16 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. For Sunday, chance of snow with some cloud skies have about 24, low about 14 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. For Monday, chance of snow with some mostly cloud skies have about 26, low about 14 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 35%. And for Tuesday, most sun skies have about 29 degrees. Here's weather phrase of the night. Chilly night on tap and few chances of storm Wednesday and Thursday. Hey, Wednesday, have a good evening. What a good birthday to see you for 11 o'clock. Have a good evening now. See you 11. Have a good evening.